time now to take a look at some of this week's stories. Of course, Impact Branding and Brands, branding expert, host of Chatter That Matters podcast. Take a listen to that if you haven't already. Tony Chapman is here this morning. Tony, always appreciate you being here to talk about these things.
Love being in your studio.
Lots to get into. Thank you. Amazon Haul. This is interesting. Kind of a, I don't want to say low budget, but a lower price point sort of part of Amazon here. Do you think this is like, are they targeting the dollar store here? Because we've talked a lot about the success the dollar store has had.
Well, I think what Amazon says is that no matter what it's in its path, it's after. So I think it's the dollar store. I think it's Temu. I think what they're basically saying is we're not willing to surrender any portion of the consumer's wallet. We want it all.
Yeah.
And remember, 2 weeks ago, we said we not only want it all, we want to do it all without people. So here's the reality we're facing as consumers. It's going, wow, the world's within arm's reach of desire. Amazon's the world's biggest vending machine.
Yeah.
I can even now bring me things for $10. But at the same time, the price that we're paying, obviously, is our main streets, our retailers, all the energy that comes with it, and most importantly, jobs.
There's been so much Buy Canadian, Tony. How do the Main Street, the local retailers, compete with something like this when we're in these times where everyone's strapped for cash, so affordability is a big issue? What are your pieces of advice for that?
It's tough. You know, I've said it many times. I talk about it all over the world. You got to go from being a place to buy, just a location, because I can do that now on my phone, to a place to be. What creates a place to be? Well, a pet store is welcoming your pet, remembering the pet's name. I got the perfect sweater for you this fall. And suddenly you feel that you're welcome. It's almost like Cheers, where everybody knows your name.
Yeah.
That human journey, that humanity, that empathy, the heart, that's something Amazon can never offer. That's something that you can't get online, and something we covet as consumers. We actually love that social connection. We think we get it on Instagram. But the reality, when we're face to face and somebody gives you that kind of personal experience, that's the one window left for retail. So it used to be about location. That's my phone now.
Yes.
Used to be about choice. Well, that's my phone now. It has to be about people.
Yeah. Amazon only remembers your credit card number.
They do.
You don't have to punch it in
and they
anymore.
reorganize the store basically on what you're after.
Exactly.
So you
all the algorithms.
Even when you're checking out, to go in, have you remembered that you this? So
you need batteries for this, or you might want the socks for this, or whatever. Yeah, exactly.
It's an algorithm, but it doesn't have the appetite for humanity.
Exactly. You know, speaking of memories, I can remember a couple of years ago when the initial Wicked came out, the marketing, the full court press, really, it was like Wicked everywhere. It was pink, it was green, it was good witch, bad witch, all this Wicked for good, those coming out. And it seems like they're taking a kind of less is more marketing approach and strategy here. I wonder what your assessment is.
This is a fantastic topic. First of all, when it came out initially, the curiosity, could they ever replicate the play? And so they did a lot, bring the stars out. And what they did was almost like I call it dandelion. You blow in it and it goes everywhere. Create the memes that people will talk about in TikTok. Oh, they held hands in the interview. Oh, you heard them warming up their voice. Oh, they're walking down the red carpet looking over. Is that a magic spell? And they seeded that, and that went everywhere.
Yeah.
The second one is less about creating curiosity and now going from participation, I'm invested in the movie, to fandom. Will I look forward to the sequel? Maybe very much like Taylor Swift does now.
Good point.
Do I look forward to the sequel? So they're doing a lot less with the stars and the celebrity and over in your face, and much more letting other people like Dunkin' Donuts do the work for them. So lots of promotional partners, lots of work with it, but it really has gone from feeding curiosity to creating fandom. And if they're successful with this one, I promise you the next sequel's on the drawing board.
They'll have to go back to the drawing board because this is supposed to wrap up the story.
Well, they'll go to the
so,
prequels.
That's true. There's always that to go to. Hollywood loves that, don't
Hollywood,
they?
we buy sequels and prequels because we know the story. We know how it's going to end. We know the superhero's going to win. But we're wired for those kinds of stories because it's about positivity
and familiarity, indeed. Okay, this is a really interesting one, Tony. You highlighted this story for us. Meta earning a fortune in fraudulent ads here, which really concerns me. I read through this article here.
Reuters put this out, and they said that up to 10% of Meta's revenue, $16 billion, is through scamming and fraudulent advertising.
Wow.
Facebook saying and Meta saying you're over-exaggerating. The reality is they're saying it could be as much as $20 billion. And the response was, we'll just charge them more. We'll make them pay more of a price.
Wow.
But a third of the scams are saying, maybe even up to a third of the scams in the States allegedly could be happening on those channels. So we got to really crack down because, again, the digital barons, they're in control of our universe. They got to do so with integrity and responsibility. And if that's not going to be done intentionally within the organization, which is what they're implying here, then I think it's got to have some kind of intervention to prevent society from falling into it, because the scammers are getting so good at convincing you. And I tell you something, if you've ever been on it and you happen to look, I made the mistake of looking, going, my hair's getting a little thin. I'm going to look. And next thing you know, Instagram, every time I turn, you can put a baseball hat on. You can, but with red lights, and it's all this BS. You can regrow your hair in 2 weeks and stuff. And I'm going, here's what we got to wake up. If it's too good to be true, it probably is.
Exactly. All right, we got to leave it there. It's always too good to be true. Chatting with you, Tony. Thanks so much.
A pleasure.
We'll see you next week.